Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Fantastic Four retro-carded Firelord. Thank you for watching this video, or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both. That's even awesomer. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. Let's start our fiery journey through the universe with a look at the packaging. And here we have 4 and Up, assortment number Marvel Comics, that nice fake hologram circle, and Fantastic Four. Very animated series looking artwork there. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. Hasbro print. Nice big blister showcasing Firelord and his accessories. Firelord, and then there's some animated artwork of him on the bottom. Nothing. On the back, Marvel, a hook, Fantastic Four. Then more of that animated artwork. And then here's some line drawing artwork showing that you can swap his hands out. Firelord. Galactus transforms Andarian naval officer Piraeus Krill into his newest herald, the unwavering Firelord. Then there it is in some other languages. No cross sale. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole. Ahung! Don't stick things in any other language pie hole. That don't belong there. Don't give it to the babies. Recycled print, Hasbro print, small print, fine print, legally made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. That, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers, so we can look at these extra set of hands first. And here we have nothing new about them. Just a couple of fists on in and out hinges. And then we have his flaming Q-tip, or fire staff, you know, however you want to call it. And it does have flames on each end. It is not removable, at least not easily removable. And this is made out of a translucent plastic, and then it has some paint on it. And handy dandy pin light. So you can see where the light shines through, and then where it doesn't. And it's the same on this end. So it does, the rod seems to be molded in the gold color. I don't see any of the swirly twirly hallmarks of gold plastic, but that is how it appears to be. It's molded in this gold. And then they didn't really glue these on. I don't know how exactly they're on there, but one will twist. Well, they both twist, so you can pose them how you like, I suppose. But, you know, it's nice for it. It is what it's supposed to be. You know, let's take a look at the figure himself. And again, the head seems to be molded in this translucent plastic and then paint applied over it. So, a nice effect. And taking a further look at the head, you can see like this is the color I believe that it's molded in, and then it's got this is painted on, and it looks like a very glossy paint, and then a very flat paint for the face, eyebrows, and the eyes. And look at those eyebrows. I wonder, before he was on fire, were his eyebrows really bushy, and then he turned to fire or got to fire, and then they caught on fire, and then they just eternally burn. I don't know. But anyway, look at the eyes. They're eerie looking. Too bad this one is looking off that way rather than straight ahead. And a nice little paint out for the lips there and the eyebrows. Then the rest of it it's pretty plain, just some paint apps. And I do believe this yellow is a paint app, and of course this white is. And then I believe on the legs are the same. Now this body, I'm not sure where it originates from, but it is the same body used by the Flaming Human Torch from the Retro line and the Unflamed Johnny Storm. So all three of those share this same body. And then, a little bit of paint apps here at the boot tops. And then this is paint here for the gloves. Well, let's take a look at his articulation. And man, can he look up, but that's good for flying characters. And that's a trait shared with that the two Johnny Storms from this retro wave. He can look down that far, and it's on that traditional hinge and ball for Hasbro Marvel Legends. It's got a little bit of chicken neck, not a whole lot. He's got some waggle in there, waggle waggle. He can do the full Exorcist. At the shoulders, he has that butterfly joint. It goes back that far, which is pretty darn amazing. And forward that far, which is really good too. Although it's not quite as much as back, but it moves pretty darn good. 360 degree rotation. It raises up well past 90 degrees. Cut here at the upper bicep for a full 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinned elbow. And it will give you that much range when it's not bending back into place. So a little better than 90. Then at the wrist, 360 degree rotation on in and out hinge, and the same on this side, in and out hinge. Has that classic Hasbro Marvel Legends crunch, ab articulation, whatever you want to call it. He can lean forward that far to puke, and that far back, which is good for flying characters. Also has a cut at the waist for another 360 degree rotation. At the hips, he gives you that much of the splits, which that's pretty good. He kicks forward about 90 degrees. And back, his flaming butt gets in the way, so not much back. Cut at the upper thigh for another 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinned knee. Gives you that much bend. Then he does at the upper shin have a cut, boot cut here for another 360 degree rotation. At the ankles, tilts down that far, tilts up that far. And a forward facing pin for rocker. And as far as the accessories go, the hands pop out and the other ones pop in. And he can hold the fire staff in both hands or just one hand. But you have to adjust accordingly the pose for just a one-handed grip. So there we have it, my friends, a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons, and here we have Firelord with the old Toy Biz Silver Surfer, Marvel Legends Silver Surfer, because that's the only normal version of Silver Surfer that I have, and then the Hasbro Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Dark Silver Surfer, or Dark Surfer. Here we have Firelord with Marvel's 80th anniversary Marvel Legends Thor, and the Spider-Man retro-carded Symbiote Spider-Man. And the reason I use these guys in the comparison is Thor was actually the one who talked Galactus into freeing Firelord from being his herald. And in the Amazing Spider-Man number 270, Spider-Man beat the ever-loving crap out of Firelord. Check it out. Let's see how Firelord looks with the rest of the Fantastic Four retro wave, which he is technically a part of. And here's the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, Benjamin J. Grimm, with Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Here's Firelord with the retro Flame On Human Torch and Flame Off Johnny Storm, which was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. And you can see, you know, how they share the same body. Here's Firelord with Sue Storm Richards, the Invisible Woman. And the first one there is the Visible Invisible Woman. And then next to her is the Invisible Invisible Woman, which was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Here's Firelord with the villains of the main part of the wave, at least. Psycho Man and the High Evolutionary, who I don't necessarily consider High Evolutionary a villain. He's not necessarily a good guy either. He just looks past everything but his pursuits of genetics and evolution. To finish off our retro comparisons, here we have the only other single release, and by single release I mean released by himself as opposed to part of a wave, Dr. Victor Von Doom himself, the retro version. Here we have Firelord with the Marvel Legends making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. And how does he compare up with other lines? Here he is with, from Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. For our last set of comparisons, here we have Firelord with, from the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, and for a 7-inch comparison, from McFarlane Toys' DC Multiverse line, Three Jokers, the Joker, the Clown. For final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four retro-carded Firelord, if you're one of the guys, or excuse me, if you're one of the collectors who picked up that HasLab Galactus, you gotta have this guy. I mean, you have to, because, you know, Firelord was one of Galactus's most loyal heralds. And I'm sure he's had some since then that may be more loyal. Frankie Ray might have been more loyal to Galactus. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've read those. But I remember Firelord being one of the most loyal of the heralds. And as far as the figure goes, you know, there's really not that much new here. The head sculpt is new, the fire staff accessory is new, everything else is reused. And that's fine. It works for this character, especially using that body. I kind of wish maybe they would have upgraded it to the pinless arms and legs, but that really doesn't affect the articulation, or that wouldn't have affected the articulation of this figure, so it's fine that they didn't. I do wish he would have come with an alternate head where the flame hair was kind of going straight up rather than off to an angle like he was moving or the wind was blowing. That would have been nice, seeing as how the fire staff and a couple of hands is really all we got. Of course, you know, most of this wave didn't come with a lot of accessories anyway. But, you know, it's a nice looking figure. And, you know, I'm glad. I kind of wanted, I wanted a Firelord for a while. Even though I didn't get the HasLab Galactus. I would have liked to have gotten it, but, you know, I didn't. So I still really need a Silver Surfer to go with this guy. And the Toy Biz one is a good stand-in until Hasbro does a really good version of it. I missed out on the Walgreens Fantastic Four wave completely, so I didn't get any of those figures, and that's including Silver Surfer. I was lucky enough, however, to pick up the Dark Silver Surfer. That was also a Walgreens exclusive, but he was more in that cosmic entities with Quasar and Nova binary. But, you know, overall, you know, I think it's a decent looking figure. I don't know, the paint is not, it's not bad, but it doesn't really stand out. But it, you know, it matches how the character appeared in the comics, so I guess I can't complain too much validly. So that, my friends, does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.